The Monado. It's the only sword that's effective against the Mechon armor. They say that before time began, it was wielded by the Bionis. The same Bionis that we all live on. It must have a secret. That's how Dunban was able to destroy so many Mechon. And why he lost the use of his right arm. If I can just unlock the secret of its power...
Shulk!
Fiora! This is great. It tastes so good.
Really?
It's amazing.
Oh, Shulk, you say that every day.
Not quite. It's always delicious, but today it's amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I used some special herbs and spices today. So if you said it was just the same as usual, I'd know for sure you had no sense of taste.
What?
Oh, nothing. Ah, the breeze feels so good.
Yeah. I'd forgotten what it feels like. I never thought it could be so quiet here.
You're spending too much time with Reyn. You're getting used to all the noise he makes.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it's so peaceful. You know, Shulk, I hope every day can be like this, always.
Huh? The debris siren.
Strange. There hasn't been much falling lately.
There might be more on the way. The anti-air batteries can't protect us out here. Let's get back to the lab.
Okay.
And now we do have Shulk and Fiora together. And we have completed the story quest, delivering food. Fiora has made something special for Shulk. Take it to him before it gets cold. Shulk says it was even more delicious than usual. That's because I was quick. Communicate with other party members. Characters can shout out an affinity cry to another party member to encourage or assist them depending on how the battle is going for them. Go up to a party member and press B. Encourage dispirited party members. Help party members suffering from topple or daze. Encouragement and help improve the affinity between the two party members. And affinity is definitely something that is important. I don't know why it's not bolded there. Affinity is very important, not only between characters, but between your party and the town you're in. Affinity is one of the biggest deals about all the optional stuff we're going to be doing. Chatting to your friends in a heart-to-heart. This is going to be our first heart-to-heart. There are a lot of these in the game. I would say how many, but it would be a spoiler. If the affinity between two party members is deep enough, they can have a heart-to-heart. Search for the hands, like holding hands symbol. I don't know, it's kind of like a shake hands, but I guess they're going for holding hands. Each one indicates a possible heart-to-heart. Why not check out the heart-to-heart in Outlook Park? For further information, see the Hearts to Hearts tutorial. Now, the heart-to-hearts are a way to raise and lower affinity. Oh, and I can now switch the party member. For whatever reason, this did not stick with me. Like I said, I thought I had to be Shulk for a good portion of the game, and I didn't know that I could just switch out if I wanted. But I like controlling Shulk, so it worked out well for me. You can change the party leader, select the character you want as leader and press C, then move the cursor to the character in the center and press A. That happens in the party menu that we saw earlier. There's more tutorials that we can look at, but I don't think they're going to be too intense. We can look at Fiora's battle tactics real quickly. Her talent art is Butterfly Step. My talent art is Butterfly Step. It's a 4-hit combo that does loads of damage. The talent gauge fills up when I auto attack. I'm here to do some damage. I sneak behind monsters and go in with a power smash. And your talent gauge fills up really fast because your auto attack is so quick, right? What was your talent art again? Butterfly Step. I've got to let it loose as soon as the talent gauge fills up. Swoosh. But Fiora, if you do that, your aggro will shoot up. Save it for a final blow or when we really need it. Or I could do it whenever the hell I want. Affinity during battle. It's pretty simple. If you see that symbol when you're in the middle of a fight, you have to time pressing the B button when the red circle is inside the blue circle. Selecting the fight icon to begin a battle gives you a chance to achieve battle start affinity. That is one way to raise affinity, but like I said, I like doing like the backslash to start, but that's also a possibility to try to raise affinity. Press B at the right time to rally the party and raise the party's tension. You do want high tension. I know that sounds like a bad thing, high tension, but that's what you want. You want their tension to be high. When their tension is low, they're not very good. When a critical hit connects or an attack misses, you have a chance to obtain burst affinity. Press B at the right time to encourage that party member. This increases the affinity between the two party members and fills the party gauge. This is one of the ways that we will be increasing affinity between our party members. Pressing B for burst affinity and battlestar affinity. Perfect timing with battlestar affinity will result in a greater increase in tension. You have to hit right on the circle. Perfect timing with burst affinity will result in a greater increase of affinity and the party gauge. So pretty much go for the perfect. If it's better to be late than early though, because if you're just outside the circle, you miss entirely. You get a failure. But if you're inside the circle, it's still a success. So honestly, I kind of just go for a success, but I do try to hit that circle, but I hate being early on it. That's one of my issues. Is there anything else here? There is Heart to Hearts. There's not much to go on here. It raises and lowers affinities depending on what you say, but it doesn't actually increase it or lower it all that much. There are much better ways of raising and lowering affinity than Heart to Hearts. Really, the key thing that you want in a Heart to Heart is a chance to look at the characters and to see how well they work together. To access a heart-to-heart, the two people involved must be in your party. The affinity between them must be equal to or higher than the necessary affinity level. There's also a couple heart-to-hearts that are time-dependent. You have to be at night to watch them, but there aren't many, and I'll point them out when we find them. Selecting a heart-to-heart will add it to the list where you can view these conditions. All right. So we have made it to Outlook Park. There is a landmark here. There's a couple blue orbs that I want to collect. I'll go over what we need with those later. We do have an extra strong dandelion. Now, the way that I'm going to be doing Heart to Hearts is probably a little different than you would expect. I'm going to save right before I do it. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out because I forgot that I had spoilers there. I have old save files. Forgot about that. And they show the party members, so you guys didn't get to see me save, unfortunately. I'll show that at some point, but that is not this point. I forgot I had the old save files there. Alright, so I have dropped the save. What I'm going to do is now go into the heart-to-heart. Now, there are 3 possible results for the heart-to-heart. You can do the worst outcome, 2 in the middle, and the best outcome. There are 4 results. I'm going to start with the worst, because I want to see it. All right, Heart to Heart, Sunrise in the Park. We have a yellow affinity between them, which is what happens when you start with the characters. They have a yellow affinity between them, and that is what it takes to see this between Shulk and Fiora. They have the only one that requires yellow. Most of them are green, which is one step up. But for the time being, let's view Sunrise in the Park. View the details of a heart-to-heart and all that good stuff. I am aware. Let's just head in. Hey, Shulk. You remember that time we watched the sunrise right here? It was when we were quite young. Yeah, I remember. We came because... Now we have the 2 options. Now, a lot of times... it's hard to tell which one is going to give you the better one. It's easy to not get the worst one, but it's sometimes hard to get the best one. Like right now, I invited you, you and Dunban. How am I supposed to know what the setup was? But I will tell you that the bad option here is I invited you. And like I said, we're gonna get the worst one to start here. You don't remember, do you? Did you see the hearts go down? There were 4 hearts, they all went down. We lost affinity between the two of us. That is not good, but that's what we're aiming for right now. And since when have you ever invited me to do anything? Oh, I could have sworn that was what happened. No, silly. I had a big fight with Dunban and ran out of the house. Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now. If I'm remembering right. Even I got shouted out, or you wanted to marry me? Now once again, it's kind of easy to figure out the second time what's the bad answer. If you've already picked the bad answer, they'll let you recover. That's obviously the good answer, even I got shouted at. But we want to get the worst one, just to see what the conversation is. You wanted to marry me? Shulk, I can't believe you! Okay, I might have said some stuff about wanting to be your bride, but you promised you'd forget about it! I'm sorry, Fiora, I couldn't resist. I mean, if I'm honest, I quite liked the idea of you being my bride. Shulk, don't get any funny ideas in your head. I thought you had a crush on him, Fiora. We've ruined the whole thing. I was just a kid. I barely even knew what a bride was. He still remembers. Oh, Shulk. And we even got a heart at the end. Just like a little recovery. Like, sorry you messed up so bad. But that is the bad heart-to-heart. You can only view it once. That's one of the problems. And we get an achievement for heartbreaking, for doing the worst possible thing that we can. All right, let me load a save and not let you guys see it. And we spawned a little bit far away from it, but let's head back in. We have one of the heart-to-hearts done. I am going to show the other 3, of course, and we'll end on the best one. So let's view the next heart-to-heart. We have to go through this again because technically we haven't seen it yet. Hey, Shulk, you remember that time we watched the sunrise right here? It was when we were quite young. Yeah, I remember. We came because... And once again, we're going to start with the bad option, which is, I invited you. You don't remember, do you? And since when have you ever invited me to do anything? Oh, I could have sworn that was what happened. No, silly. I had a big fight with Dunban and ran out of the house. Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now. I'm remembering right. And then we'll try to recover here. Even I got shouted at. Yeah, Dunban was pretty angry. We got the 4 hearts up, we recovered. But I shouldn't have said I was going to run away from home. You really had him shaken up. He was worried about you. I know. I'm sorry, you didn't have to stay with me all night. Of course I did. Besides, it was fun. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Oh, it was sweet there at the end. Time to view the other ones. Let's head into the heart-to-heart again. View sunrise in the park. Once again, we're going to be going for a neutral one. But since we're going for the opposite one, that means we're going to start by saying the right thing for once. Hey, Shulk, you remember the time we watched the sunrise right here? It was when we were quite young. Yeah, I remember. We came because you and Dunban, you had a big falling out. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Really, it had nothing to do with you. But I still dragged you out and made you stay up all night. I'm glad we did it, even though it was only that one time. I don't think they're all thinking what we're thinking. We talked for hours and hours about our hopes and dreams. Like I said, they didn't. And then you fell asleep on my arm as we looked up at the stars. Oh no! What? What is it? Oh, Shulk. I have this terrible feeling I said something really embarrassing. Like I wanted to get married? Shulk, you don't... remember what I said back then? So now we do have two new options. The neutral one is the one that I'm going to pick. So we are going to pick you wanted to go fishing. Did I? I guess I might have said that, but I'm talking about something else. No, you definitely said you wanted us all to go fishing. So we went the next day, you, me, and Reyn. We caught the biggest fish. I'll never forget the size of it. Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, it was fun. We had a great time, didn't we? Shulk, you've really forgotten all about it. Just hope you remember one day. Well, let's actually remember one day. Let's head in and view the heart-to-heart the way that it was probably meant to be seen. Although the other ones do provide a lot of insight, I would say, so I do like showing off the other ones. I will show heart-to-hearts in the optional videos from now on, if you guys are interested in them. Hey, Shulk. You remember that time we watched the sunrise right here? It was when we were quite young. Yeah, I remember. We came because you and Dunban, you had a big falling out. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Really, it had nothing to do with you. But I still dragged you out and made you stay up all night. I'm glad we did it, even though that it was only that one time. We talked for hours and hours about all our hopes and dreams. And then you fell asleep on my arm as we looked up at the stars. Oh no. What is it? Oh, Shulk. I have this terrible feeling I said something really embarrassing. Like I wanted to get married? Shulk, you don't remember what I said back then? Kind of. I can't quite put my finger on it. Hold on. I know I'll get it. Oh, don't worry. No need to remember. Forget I even brought it up. Anyway, that's the end of that conversation. Let's talk about something else. Okay, whatever you say, Fiora. Yes, I think I pulled it off. He doesn't suspect a thing. I hope he remembers one day. But for now, it's just a bit too embarrassing. And since it's still really early on, oh, we get a level up and an affinity coin, and we learned an art. Can I do anything with them yet? Nope. All right, well, let's switch party leaders here, because I feel like Shulk is better as the lead character. After all, he's essentially going to be the lead character for a while for me. Like I said, I kind of stuck with him for a while. Where we want to go is actually back to town. Now, we could run back, but it's better if we just use the map and head back to the main entrance. No, fortress entrance for the time being. Getting a little ahead of myself. Back to the fortress entrance, and we have gotten a new achievement called Skip It, because why would I run that? There's no reason. Like I said, we'll be doing that a lot. Back to the weapon development lab for the time being, where we can find Reyn.